How good you are at one specific lift will be influenced in a major way by the length of specific parts of your body. For example, having longer arms will be beneficial for deadlifts, but will negatively influence your bench. For the optimal total, there needs to be a trade-off between adding kilos to a certain lift and subtracting them from another. This will cause the optimal powerlifter to look completely different than someone that is built for one specific lift. Today we're going to talk about a man that was born with a set of crippling disabilities and was later in life able to turn that into something that helped him excel in the sport of powerlifting. The early days. When Stuart Jamieson was born with only half a ribcage and a bunch of spinal conditions, the doctors didn't give him long to live. He wasn't expected to make it past the age of 2 years old. But luckily, Stuart was able to prove the odds wrong. While his disabilities didn't take his life early on, they did thoroughly affect his mobility, leaving him bedbound for most of his childhood years. When Stuart was in his early 20s, his mobility had improved and he found the sport of powerlifting. Stuart wasn't very muscular at this point and he was also very light because he had such a short torso. In his first meet he competed in the 60 kg weight class, and while you might not have expected him to be very strong at this point, he already squatted over 3 plates and also benched over 1.25 times his body weight. But the lift he really excelled in was the deadlift. He was already pulling in the low 200s at his first meet. And while this might not seem like a lot to you, this was already between 3.5 and 4 times body weight for Stuart, becoming a deadlift specialist. By his second meet, Stuart was already pulling close to 500 pounds, and 1 year later he was already going for the all-time deadlift record. He needed 286 kilo to break it. Eventually it took him 2 more years to break it, a time in which he attempted it 4 times in total. He also ditched squat and bench and decided to focus solely on deadlift. In fact, it is no surprise that Stuart became this great at deadlifting. Because of his short torso, he has disproportionately long arms, which makes it way easier to reach the bar for deadlifts, but also shortens the distance from ground to logout. Even though Stuart pulls conventional, his logout is almost at knee level. This is something that most deadlifters can only dream of. That was it for the video, guys. Thanks for watching. Please follow Swole Delvin on Instagram, because he was able to bench 345 pounds at the age of 19 years old. If you want to be featured in these videos, please follow us on Instagram and DM us the lift that you want us to feature. Also, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe and check out one of the suggested videos on the screen right now.